Hello everyone. Thank you for showing your interest in ERP solutions and taking out your time for the manufacturing ERP webinar. We welcome you all for this insightful session. The presenters for today's webinar are the esteemed panel of Serpent Consulting Services, starting with the pillar of SerpentCS, Mr. Hussein Dawoodi, Managing Director at SerpentCS. He is having more than 15 years of experience and a vast knowledge about ERP industry. Next, we have Mr. Mayur Mehta, our ERP functional consultant. He has worked under various manufacturing projects related to ERP system. Lastly, we have Mr. Chanakya Soni, ERP technical consultant, who has an in-depth expertise in ERP technicalities. We request all the participants to keep their devices on mute for the initial phase. For any query, kindly use the chat option or raise hand option present in the bar below. Our panelists will answer the queries at the end. With no further ado, Hussein sir, the stage is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil, for the introduction. And let's share the screen and we will immediately start the session. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar for the manufacturing growth and transformation strategy with the ERP solution. In this webinar, we will be using Odoo ERP to demonstrate how you can automate your manufacturing operations. The agenda for today's webinar is like this. As we have done introduction with Nikhil, further we will have a use case. We will be using one use case for the toy manufacturing company who is manufacturing cars. And that will be our use case throughout the demonstration for the various features and functionalities of Odoo. What we will demonstrate is various master configuration of the Odoo. Then there will be a various type of bill of materials we have. The quotes type of bill of material, which we will be purchasing and buying some raw materials and components. Sub-assemblies that we manufacture, but we will be using this to produce the finished product. Okay. Yeah, it's shared now. Sorry, so I just shared my screen. I forgot to share. So here is the agenda. Then we will have make to print and subcontracting type of product where you will have some raw material you either send to the subcontractor or you directly drop ship to the subcontractor, or sometimes your subcontractor is just providing you the services. So subcontracting flow where we will have some component products which we subcontract and receive semi-finished products from the subcontractor. And then finally, the kit type of bill of material. So kit type of bill of material is something where, say, for example, you sell a keyboard and mouse kit. So we purchase keyboard and mouse separately, bundle it together and sell. Same way in the manufacturing, if I am using kit type of bill of material as my component, I have all the sub-component of kit will be used as a component product in my manufacturing. So there will be a different type of bill of material. Then we will have manufacturing operations. Depends on your manufacturing assembly lines, we will have a various type of operations. And each operations will be either using the machine or manpower or any consumable tools. So the manufacturing operations, we can have a hierarchy or line of assemblies. Sometimes in a single manufacturing order, we will have multiple step of operations with different dependencies. So for example, in the car, we will be producing the window or car body, and then we will do the paint. So painting and paint type of operations have a blocking point on the manufacturing of window. So we cannot start paint before manufacturing the window. So that kind of dependencies will be there, how you can rearrange the dependencies and plan your manufacturing order and work orders, that will be covered. Various quality assurance checkpoints, that different quality checkpoints on different operations. Your operations will be either your manufacturing order, work order operations, or If you do the picking from the warehouse and do the internal transfer, or you do the delivery or inward incoming receipts, whatever various inventory operations, you can just assign various quality operations. So that will be a part of this demo. Then we will have a various type of cost computation. So in the manufacturing cost, generally in the manufacturing industry, we have a capex and opex, two type of cost will be covered. But in Odoo, we have to recover and configure the work center accordingly that we can cover the capex inside the manufacturing operations. Because opex can be configured with the component cost, semi-finished cost, and then whatever is your assembly line and your work order will run, and whatever work center is associated with your work order, there will be hourly cost or cycle cost is associated with your work center. So that will covered as a opex. But to do the capex cost, how we do the capex? Initially, you start up your business with the manufacturing. We buy some machinery and then tools and rent out the place or buy the place. Whatever is my overall depreciation annually, we divide the depreciation into the monthly, and the monthly, each and every workstation has a limited capacity. Like my work center runs for 100 hours in a month, means my overall depreciation of that work center we divide into 100 hours and assign that hourly cost as a opex cost, additional opex cost on my work center. Other than this, we can sum up if I have a CNC machine and I need a CNC operator. So the operator cost is different. Some of the tools and technology, raw material, consumable materials, whatever we use in the work center will be my OPEX. So overall, when we design a bill of material, we can do the analysis on the cost, that what will be my overall finished product cost per unit. And then after you complete your manufacturing order, you can have actual cost. Then we can, at the end, we can compare that what was our estimated cost and then what is our actual cost. And then depends on this, you can create a multiple revision of your bill of material using engineering change order. Then we have planning of either your manufacturing order or work order, and it completely depends on the lead time you set up on your all components and finished product. So for example, you have a quartz type of product where you buy and then you will have a vendor lead time, supplier lead time. And then, for example, your supplier lead time is 5 days, and then your customer lead time is 10 days. So you have to deliver after 10 days, but your supplier lead time is 5 days. So 10 minus 5 means next 5 days you have to place order if you want to deliver to your customer on time. So same way for the manufacturing, if your manufacturing lead time is another 5 days, it means if you order today, after 5 days, you will receive your product, and then next 5 days you can manufacture, and end of the 10th day you can deliver. So the lead time is very important to define what is the last deadline to place the purchase order, what is the last deadline to start your manufacturing order. Everything will be computed depending on your lead time. Then we can have various type of work centers, machines with the equipment. So there is a separate module in Odoo with the machines. So initially, if you don't install the equipment module and you want to keep it simple, then it will be just the machines and that you configured as a work center. And then once we have a equipment, we can map multiple equipment or one equipment per work center. And then each and every equipment has their maintenance schedule and everything. And accordingly, Odoo will auto-generate your maintenance calendar, and then you do the equipment maintenance and everything. So that will be the work center planning will be there. And sometimes you will have your manpower working on some assembly line. For example, packaging or assembling, there is no machine but manpower. So we define that manpower as a work center, and then that work center will be having the hourly cost and capacity. So your manpower will also consider as your work center in Odoo. So that way you can cover up your manpower and machine both as a work center. Then when we do the assembly operations and different work orders will be created, each and every work order will have a various operations during the work order. So when you start working on something, you start your machine. For example, in car manufacturing, we have different type of molding machines who will mold different type of toys. So on the molding machine, when you start your molding operations, you might have some component where you use the serial number. So while you consume the raw material, you track with the serial number, which serial number material I am consuming. And then when you produce something, either semi-finished or finished product using your work order, you can assign a serial number there directly. And that will have a very nice, clean tablet view. So your floor supervisor can just carry one tablet and do all the operations. Then we can define different quality check parameters, and then using the tablet, same work order operation view, you can do quality check. If you produce some scrap, you can record the scrap there. You want to consume some extra component depending on your quality alerts and any circumstances you want to add some extra components, you can directly add extra components. Then we have some byproduct maybe generating apart from scrap. So the scrap and byproduct is almost same kind of concept, but scrap is unpredictable, and byproduct you can set in the bill of material that once I put some plastic raw material, I will have some of the molding cars is there and some raw plastic will be there. But that raw plastic again I can reuse in the further molding of another manufacturing. So that we can consider as a byproduct. But scrap will be just a scrap. We define a separate location for the scrap. So all my scrap will be gathering there, and end of the month or whatever is my disposal cycle, I will just dispose my scrap. Then we have different type of quality alerts we can generate, and depends on your ECO or quality alerts. Maybe you need to add some extra step in assembly line. So there will be the dynamic operations you have, you add the operations. And then finally, we will showcase the PLC integrations where for some of our customers, they use the PLC machines and SCADA, and we integrate PLC. So all of this work order operations will run automatically. So if we have enough time, we may go with this, but we are planning the complete separate webinar for SCADA and PLC, where we will be showcasing how the integration works and the whole work order operations will work automatically using the PLC. So to cover this agenda, we designed this small diagram to explain first that how the whole component product and everything is configured. So we will first go with the master configuration. But before this, our car is the main product here. You can see the car, and then this car will be assembled with these 4 different type of raw material. Under this, the first is car cover, which we purchase. And then whenever I have a demand or replenishment for the car, my car will generate the purchase order. And there is a lead time of 5 days to purchase this. Then I manufacture my car chassis. And then we have this 2 type of bill of material, one operation, and we do the tracking of the chassis number. And then manufacturing lead time is 3 days. Then I have a car window where I manufacture the car window. I have 2 operations, molding and painting has a dependency on my molding operation. So we will see how the dependencies and scheduling and planning of the work orders will be there. And then we have a lead time here. And finally, the 4th operation is my tire. The tire I subcontract. So in the tire, I just bill of material is rubber. So I will deliver and send my rubber to the subcontractor and receive the tire from the subcontractor. So this will be the subcontracting material. So overall flow will look like this. Let's go back to the Odoo system. we will showcase in two different scenario, because in the manufacturing industry, some of the industry like toy manufacturing industry, they have annual planning that I am producing 5 different type of toys. Then all 5 different toys has planning on monthly or weekly basis, depend on the planning tool. So Odoo is providing a master planning schedule, master production schedule is there, where you can define the, okay, every month I want to produce 500 unit of the car. And accordingly, you just replenish the material and it will generate the replenishment. And then the purchase manager will go through the replenishment and order one by one manually. So that is the one type of manufacturing industry where they do make to stock type of products. So when you have make to stock, you always use the planning tool. You have annual, weekly, or monthly planning, and then you replenish the raw material accordingly. The another kind of manufacturing industry, for example, real cars, or say for example CNC machines, we implemented for one of the largest CNC machine manufacturing industry, where they receive order of different applications of CNC machines, and then when they receive order, they start building the machine. So that is make to order type of main product, finished product. So as soon as I will have sale order, I confirm my sale order, then all the manufacturing order, subcontracting order, purchase order, everything will be created automatically. So that is a make to order type of flow. So we configure both the flow in our database. First, we will go with the master configuration, and then we will see how our make to stock type of flow will go with the planning tool. So let's go to Odoo screen. So that is that's the Odoo screen. We set up following modules here: manufacturing, maintenance, quality, purchase, accounting, and all. Accounting is required to do the stock accounting entry whenever you want to compare the costing. Because if you don't have a real time accounting activated, then you will not get costing. So, as our core part today is manufacturing, let's quickly go to the master configuration first. So on the master configuration, on each and every application's configuration menu, you will find your all applications and their master configuration that way in Odoo. So we are using work orders, various work order with the WorkCentre. Then we will have a timer because we want to track actual running time and then count the costing depends on the time. We have a subcontracting, so we activated this. Quality alert, byproducts we generate, all of this, whatever we require as per our requirement, we activate all the features of the manufacturing here. For the production schedule, we do the monthly planning here, but sometimes if you do the daily or weekly plan, you can change here, and you on your master production schedule, you can see the view accordingly. Then if you use the security lead time to make sure that your all products will be ready 1 or 2 days before your planning, you can set up a security lead time for your sales, purchase, and manufacturing. Here, each and every menu has the security lead time. Then if you want to unlock the order once you consume some material and you want to change the quantity and everything, you can use this. But we don't prefer that. Once planning and everything is done, we don't prefer to change this thing. So that's the main configuration of manufacturing we have done here. Apart from this, all of the products and everything has been configured here. And then all these products are having a make to stock type of configuration. So the master configuration of this product, it's a storable product. The main role here is inside the inventory that I just manufacture it. If I want to do make to order, I will activate the make to order here, but I don't do it. I will just do the manufacturing here, and depends on my planning tool, it should be replenished. So the other components are already configured. If we will go to the bill of material, you will get the overall idea about the whole thing. So this is my bill of material for the product. So Odoo has a very nice navigation here. Each and every product, all the relevant records are on the top. We call it smart button. So you click on the bill of material, and I go to bill of material. So I have 4 step: car cover, chassis, window, and tire. Depends on this. Car cover, chassis, window, and tire. Depends on this diagram. Exactly, we have set up this thing. And then I have a different operations there, and this chassis and all are the sub bill of material. So that have a bill of material as well. But if you want to see overall scenario as per the graph, we can go to overview. Car has a car cover which I purchased by buying type of component. Car chassis, we use PP black material to develop the chassis, and then this raw material we also purchase, but chassis we manufacture inside. And when we manufacture, we have some operations. On the operation, we use chassis molding machine here. So the machine will be used for the molding. Then we on the car window, I use glass and master badge. So these two products we purchase, and then we finally manufacture the window. But there will be two operations: molding and painting, and then with the dependencies. And then tire we subcontract. You can see the subcontracting to MRF for the tire. And the raw material is used as a rubber material. So rubber material we resupply to contractor, and then we receive a tire from the MRF. And then overall the car is we assemble all the 4 component here and assemble the car. So this exact diagram is matching with this diagram here. So for the business analyst and whoever do the requirement gathering, we generally do the practice during our discovery workshop to visualize overall your assembly line and everything using such kind of business tools. And then the client can also visualize their overall process here. Then you can see your BOM cost is your actual cost here. And then depends on your manufacturing order. When I run my manufacturing order, I will have overall cost here. So that will be the master configuration of the product. Let's see with the planning tool how make to order kind of flow will work. Your automated production order and everything will be generated when I replenish some of my product. How the replenishment flow will work. My colleague Mayur will present you with the make to order type of bill of material. And then further, we will see another flow of Mayur will present make to stock, and then we will see make to order, where everything will be generated automatically. So I will hand over to Mayur, and then he will just demonstrate the overall flow of master production schedule, and then how the replenishment work, and how you generate and plan your purchase and manufacturing order. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hussain, for the detailed overview of the system. Okay, so let's do a planning for the manufacturing unit. They are a good planner for the whole cycle. Let's say for here, master production schedule is available in the Odoo, and let's say here I need to manufacture a car. I need to select a bill of material of car. I can select the safety stock, the minimum replenishment, and the maximum replenishment. Let's say I need to do this manual process. So here we have one option. Let's say I enable the actual demand. As of now, this is all a manual process. So let's say for the next month planning, I need to manufacture For example, 5 car. Okay. So you can see on the screen that based on this particular planning, system will automatically replenish all the orders month-wise. You can see on the screen, right? So based on this particular, we have the indirect demand forecast, we have the actual demand, we have the suggested replenishment. This is the smart, we can say, suggestion from the Odoo system. Okay. So let's say if I click on the replenishment and if I go to the manufacturing cycle and click on the okay, wait for a minute. Again, I need to go to the MPS. I need to click on the replenishment.
Okay.
Based on the replenishment, if I go to the manufacturing, you can see based on the detailed configuration we have made in the system, you can see the manufacturing order is triggered based on the master production schedule. You can see on the screen. Let's say for the car, I have this, but the component of the car is not available. Okay. So now I need to arrange raw material for the same. You can see in the system, 2 purchase order are triggered based on that my cycle. So let me go to the inventory quickly and do the replenishment. So for manufacturing cycle, I need this kind of material, and based on the unit of quantity need to produce, I need a manual task. Let's say I click on the PO. You can see when I click on the order once, automatically system will trigger a purchase order for the PP black to the relevant vendor. Okay. Let me click on the master batch also. I have click on, then PO number 4 is raised for the relevant vendor. Then the steering glass. So again, a one PO is raised. Okay. Let's move to the purchase order. You can see the all cycle. Let's say PO1 from the PO5, all the purchase order will trigger automatically while I am replenishing the stocks. Let's say PO number 4. So now I need to process the PO number 4. Based on my quantity, I need to confirm the PO. Now I am starting the process of receiving the raw material in my warehouse to execute the whole manufacturing cycle. So now I am going to receive this particular item in my warehouse. I need to validate. These all are the operations and the validation I need to perform by the warehouse person while they are doing the GRN activity. Okay. Now you can see the source document is PO number 4, and the inward material is from the to the warehouse stock. Okay. So again, I need to go to the another option. Let's say car glass. I need to confirm and I need to receive the order, the raw material for the window molding. This is done. And car chassis. I need to supply the price over here. Let's say 10. And then confirm the order. Receive the goods based on my order. I need to record the quantity. So now this particular item are available in my warehouse. Let's wait for these 2 items. Let me go to the manufacturing order to show you what is the availability. You can see the automatically status updated from the not available to the available. So for the car chassis manufacturing, you can see the status of the component. So by this status, the production manager have the idea of this particular component availability. And in the stock, you can see the 5 items are automatically reserved for this particular manufacturing order. And this product car chassis have a unique number. So we have given for the tracking purpose, we have given the serial number part. Okay. Let me click the plan, the first part, and this is my car window process, and I'm going to, you can see this component is also available because we have processed the purchase orders. Okay. So when I go to the planning, I have different type of planning. Let's say planning by production and planning by work center. So let me click to the work center. You can see, as my colleague said, there are windows molding operation depending on the paint. So Odoo will smartly show you the dependency of the work orders and the work centers. Here are the work centers. You can have a different kind of filters and group by option. And if you change this particular order line, then system will automatically suggest that what is the next planning or proposed date for this particular work center based on the work center availability. Okay. So also it is indicating the color. If it is a red, then there might be you need to rethink and revise the planning. If it is orange or a yellow, then it is you have to plan accordingly, and you can schedule the next date also based on the work center availability. So here is the smart feature for the better planning. This will be helpful to the production manager who is managing the whole floor of the production. Now, let me go to the overview section for executing the manufacturing cycle. Let's say chassis assembly. Now it is ready for the molding. Okay. In between, we have also enabled the QC. This is the IPQC, we can say, in process quality checks. So while I'm going to manufacture the chassis, we can also attach a PDF or a Google Sheet or a document here. This document will help to the work manager or actual worker that what is going to for a first step, the second step, the third step. So this document will be helpful to a person. Here we have some instruction we can load in the system for the quality checks. So a user can do the quality checks, pass or fail, some measurement, some screenshot they can take and attach to the document, something like that. So here I am going to manufacture and give the serial number to this particular order. Let's say serial number is 1, chassis number 1, I am going to molding, and QC parameter is pass. Let me go to, because I have schedule of 5 order. So I need to complete the process based on my requirement. Let's say again the serial number 2 I have given. This is automatic generated. I am clicking on the plus sign. The next serial number is generated. Let me go to the 4th serial number, and finally the 5th number of okay. So now this manufacturing order is completed. Let me mark as a done and go back to the main order. So you can see the color of the dashboard of the work center overview is automatically changed. So you have an idea of that which work center is busy and which is available for the next planning. Let's say for the window molding to launch, it means that it is ready to process. So let's say we are doing the process of glass molding for the 5 units. Okay. So here is another attachment for easy use for the end user. Okay, let me, you can see here is the timer. If there is a break, then we can pause this operation and then continue the operation. There are many options here. Smart option, we can say, we can block the operation, we can in between manufacturing process, we can scrap some material. If required, we can add some component. If required, we can add a byproduct. We can generate a maintenance request from here so that automatically email will be triggered to the maintenance team so that they can come and give the solution for a particular failure. We can also generate a quality alert to the quality team in between. Let's say some industry, say medical industry. So they have a QC parameter in each and every process because they have ISO standard process. So we can generate a quality alert from the system automatically. Update instruction, add a step, set a new picture and delete these steps. So these are the add-on feature we can use in between the manufacturing cycle. Let's say pass this particular option and my manufacturing order is done. So I am click on the done order. Now there is after my window molding, I am going to paint the window. So it is also ready. Timer is started. I assume that my process is finished and I have closed the ammo. And now my final assembly line process. Okay, it is waiting for the component. Because what happened, if you remember, we have the purchase order. This is a subcontracting part, right? So here we need to process the car cover. So let me process the car cover manufacturing order, receive the product, validate, car cover is received, and then I'm going to manage the subcontracting process. That is, I have given the raw material to the MRF company, and they uh, process the rubber and then give the finished product, semi-finished product, the tire in reverse. So if I click on the confirm button, you can see there are two smart button we can see. One is the receipt and one is the resupply. So I need to resupply the rubber material to a particular my vendor. I am going to validate this. So this material is going outside to our organization, and this is the reference of the source PO. So every process is interlinked. So the well tracking maintained in the system. Let's say now assume that MRF company have processed the rubber and give back to the as a tag. Okay. So now I have all the component, and if I click on the work order, okay. Now I have option over here. It's the assembly line. So whole assembly is image over here, and then I need to validate this particular option. Let's say I need to click on a mark as a done. Okay. So this is the overall process overview over here, and we have the detailed bill of material costing over here. When I click on the car, I have the bill of material overview, so I can get a costing analysis. So if I change the production from 1 to 5, then what will be the costing is automatically downloading the PDF overview. So here is the costing parameter and the cost of the operation. So this is the process of whole manufacturing cycle executed manually based on make to stock type of requirement. So now we are going to have a session for the make to order. So based on the sell order, system will automatically trigger the whole manufacturing cycle. So let me ask my colleague Chanakya to demonstrate the same. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. It's Chanakya, and I hope you are enjoying the session and beautiful session given by the Mayur and Hussein. Previously, what Mayur has explained is that how you do the planning. Like if you have pre-plan of your stock and product related, then you can do based on the plan. But if you have any process in your system that it's on the based on the demand, so most of the manufacturing companies are relying on that because they do not have those warehouse and they do not have those like process that they can build build the pre-plan execution. So we will go through how you can do it on the on demand. Let me go to quickly. I am also getting information from operation team that we are behind the time. Okay, so I have already configured the all the products over here and the configuration for the make to stock, and what Hussein has already shown in that image, in that use case that we have you set up those use case. We will go through master configuration how we are going to do it with the on one click sell order. Like suppose you get the order for the car, then someone says, oh, I need one car, and if you create the sell order for the car but you do not have the car, then it will create automatically whole manufacturing for that car because you are manufacturing car at your own place.
but you are also required the some other components for the car, like car cover, car windows, right? And some of the parts like the tires you are giving to the you are getting from the subcontractors. So those we are going to show you. Let me show you the car. See, in the product, in the inventory tab, you can see the routes. If you are going to uh, if you are going to create the manufacturing order, and then you need to select the manufacturer and make to order. That means to make to order. And if you are going to buy it automatically, then you need to click the buy, and then you need to apply the means you need to add the vendor's price, like from whom you are going to buy it. And if you are going to manufacture it, then you have to add the bill of material. So let's see the bill of material for the car. See, for the to make the car, you need four kind of the components. So in my case, that you need a car cover, car chassis, then windows, tire. You need you some are you are buying, some you are going to manufacture. Even that manufacturing, if you are going to manufacture the window, that also requires any manufacturing order. Then you need to go to that product, and you can define the bill of material for that product as well, right? So see, to build the car, I need car window. To build the car window, I also need some other parts, like glass, master base, like this. Okay, so it will create the many parent MO, that another child MO, like this. So let's go to the just create the sell order, and let me show you. If I'm going to I'm on the fly, I'm creating customer. I'm adding the car. He needs only work one car for now. So now if I'm going to click the confirm, it will create the all the documents which are required to create, to have the car and to deliver the car. Now if I see, okay, after the confirmation of the quotation, it becomes sell order. And now if you can see it, delivery, the delivery is waiting for the another operation, because we do not have car at our own warehouse. That means we have to first manufacture it. We have to also manufacture the subsequent components, and then we have to manufacture the car, and then we can deliver it. So that is why it is, if you see the delivery of the car, and it is in waiting another state. Okay, and see the expected date. This expected date is calculated based on the lead time set on each and every product you have in which is related to this car. Okay, if I go to the manufacturing order, then see here this component for the car covers, tires is also not available. And if I go to this cover and tire are based on the purchase, so we are going to purchase the tire. For the tire we will see later, because it is subcontracting, so I will explain little bit in detail for the subcontracting. Let's first complete the car cover. I'm receiving it for the car cover. Okay, so if you go to the manufacturing order, car cover is reserved, because that means we have received the car cover, so it is reserved. Now if I go I will complete the another manufacturing sub manufacturing order, we can say child manufacturing order. Okay, and that I will complete it quickly over here. First need to check using the tablet view. Okay, so that means we have to complete the QCP first. Okay, unless you complete your QCP, it will not allow you to complete the manufacturing order. Okay, then let's close that MO. Okay, I'm going to the main sell order. Okay, so one MO is already done. It's a sub MO is done. Let me check. Okay, this also required QCP. This is also done. Let me complete this one. I'm going to the directly over here. Okay, so both the child MO are done. Now you can see it. The chassis, cover, and windows, those are done, but tire is still not available. That is, it is waiting. So tire is basically we required at our for this car, but we are not building the car. We are not manufacturing the tire, or we are not purchasing the tire from any vendor, or we are not manufacturing at our own place. So what we do is we are sending the raw material to build the tire to subcontractor. So what we will send it to build the tire is, let's confirm it and see. It will resupply the rubber material. Okay, and uh, if I complete if I send the rubber material, it will send me the, let's complete it, and we will receive the tire. And this tire is coming from the subcontract. Okay, now let me receive it. Okay, so both the purchase order done. So to build this manufacturing order, we have completed everything. We have received everything. We have received the purchase order. We have completed manufacturing order. Now we can complete the main manufacturing order for the car. We need to apply the uh, we, we need to apply the lot number for the car chassis. Okay, here let me complete it. Okay, done. Okay, so this manufacturing order done means we have completed the car. If you see the cost analysis for this manufacturing order, then see the total cost of the components are 30, right? 30 rupees. And then also it's also include the cost of the operation, the machine costing, labor costing, whatever the costing you have based on the time, it will calculate and it will also add. That means to produce the car, to make the car, you require 90 rupees, 90.5 rupees, right? So that is your costing to make this car. And later you can just go to the sell order and you can deliver it. Okay, so this is how we are doing the make to orders. And for the further calculation of the raw material and other, we will hand over to.
Hello, everyone. We are already running out of the time. Let me quickly go back to the presentation. So I think we have covered most of the agenda from here, and then we have go through the both type of the different type of flow of make to order and make to stock. Let me quickly go through the PLC stuff. Why we need integration of the SCADA and PLC. So this is how we have done this. You can see some of the PLC device. We already have a demo. We get one dummy PLC device to integrate. And then using this PLC, we can just show you that how we can do start and stop operation. Plus we can do what is the quantity of input and output we have. So here we have two different molding machine connected with two different PLCs. So what is the requirement of automating this work order process? Because most of the manufacturing industries, the worker working on the floor are the laymen, or they are afraid of using the system and doing the data entry on time. So if we don't have a real-time data entries and we don't have accurate information of when we start the machine, when we stop the machine, how many units has been produced, how much output input materials we put in the system, everything can be done using the PLC. So PLC is programmable logic control, and then SCADA is the software which will gather the data. Data acquisition will be done. So supervision, control, and data acquisition is the SCADA's role. So sometimes SCADA, they have different type of requirement, that the licensing cost, the operators are required, overall graphic presentations are there. So we identified that so many of the manufacturing industry, they just use sensors and PLCs. So using the sensors, they get inputs in the PLC, and PLC take action and then do the data acquisition. So what we have done is we make separate web-based application, and then in Odoo side, each and every WorkCentre will be connected with one particular PLC. So I have molding 1 and molding 2, two machines are there. Each and every machine has their own different PLC unique number. So that PLC unique number I will map inside my Odoo, because in Odoo I also have two different work orders. So work centers like molding 1 and molding 2, two work centers are there. And as soon as I start my PLC, it will automatically send start command to my work order, and my work order clock will start. And then whatever configuration I will have in my PLC, every hour I want to take output from the machine. Every hour it will keep sending what output this machine generated. So I will get a real-time data about efficiency of the machine, and then start and time, how much unit produce, and then as soon as I produce some unit, it will automatically transfer to my next manufacturing order, and my whole manufacturing order will run automatically, and all the work order will have a real-time data in the system. So the PLC integration, we are planning a next webinar where we will showcase how the whole PLC is integrated and configured in Odoo. We will have two different PLC, and then we will show how these automated work orders are producing these PLC details. So that we are going to cover in the next session, and then we will go through the same scenario of a car manufacturing company, and then we will see how many unit produce, start and time, and everything in the PLC. So let's go with the questions on the chat. Dynamic BOM based on the order. Yeah. On Odoo, we will have product configurator. Product configurator, you can put various options. For example, let's take example of the assembling of computers. So computer sellers who do the assembling operation. On each and every computer, I have multiple options, whether I need SSD or HDD, 526, 512, or 256, what kind of SSD I need. I need 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM. I will have multiple options. So I will add a product configurator. As soon as I select computer or assemble computer in my sell order, Odoo will give you the configurator window. Inside configurator, I will have various options as per my configuration. And then I can select, okay, I need 16 GB RAM, 256 SSD, i7 processor, LED, whatever I need. I need wireless keyboard, mouse, and accordingly, whatever I select, system will auto-generate the BOM and consume those materials and make a final quotation of the product depending on all my raw materials I select in the configurator. So that's possible. For the certificate, we don't have certificate, but we have special perks for all the attendees. You can just email back to contact@serpentcs.com, and we will do 30 minutes of free consulting. If you already use Odoo and you need some consulting on the configuration or advice on how you need to do, because we always encourage highly configured system over highly customized system, because Odoo has lots of configuration available to achieve various type of operations. And if you go with the customization, your maintenance cost, migration cost, and overall cost will go high. So We will suggest you how you can configure different scenarios in a different way with the Odoo. This was specially field is the manufacturing industry. If you have query, you can just raise a hand, or you can just put this on the chat window. We will just go through each and every question. Okay, so Mr. Jayant, is it possible to manufacture it based on the sales analysis of the past periodic? Yeah, so that's very nice question. Odoo has a very good feature over here. If we go to the master production schedule, on the master production schedules, we have this option, year -1 and year -2. So this year -1 and 2 will give you that last month of May. For example, you are doing some seasonal business. On winter, it's January or December during the Christmas, you have lots of sales of your car toys. So you can see on the December 2022 and 2021, what was my demand? So depends on your last 2 years forecasting. You can plan your forecast here, and then you can say, okay, last year it was 1,000 unit demand, then 1,200 unit demand. It means I have 20% increase of sales. So this year you can put 1,400 here. That will become your forecasted demand, and you replenish 1,400 on December. And accordingly, the system will reverse count that, okay, if I want to produce 1,400 cars, in December, I need to replenish 400 of car chassis production and 1,000 car chassis production in November, depending on my manufacturing cycle. So Odoo will auto suggest when you have to replenish how much material and how much material you have to start producing to achieve 1,400 car sales in December. So that's possible that based on your past sales forecasting, you can plan your future forecasting. Yeah. So if we have any more questions, if you have any questions in a later stage, you can always email us and we will be happy to answer. Cost per hour per employee in WorkCentre and employee capacity in operation, the main get the cost of number of workers into value of the cost per employee. Yeah. So generally what we do is if there is an operator on the machine, we combine cost of employee as well as the machine hourly cost and put the combined hourly cost on the machine. The other way is, for example, you have two assembly line. One is the machine will do their operation, and then second operation we perform of manpower. Then we configure manpower as a second work center. So my manpower is not equipment, but real human. And then there will be a cost of the manpower. That way you can separate cost of the machine and manpower. You can define different analytical accounts to measure the cost of machine and manpower as well. You can combine together on the single. Depend on your assembly and manufacturing assembly line, we can always configure this. Yeah. Can we get real-time account based on the consumption of my component? Yeah. So for this, what we have done here is, for example, my car cover. On the car cover and other categories of my product, I will go here on the inventory. And on the product categories, what you need to do is, you have to do the real-time stock accounting to be activated. So if I go here, you can see we activated inventory valuation. Instead of manually, I put automated. As soon as, for example, manual, you can't see any accounting configuration here. But as soon as I put automated on my product category, my finished product is automated inventory, then I can see all my inventory, different accounts are there. So as soon as I configure my accounting here with different interim accounts and stock valuation accounts, whenever I do my production, I can get those accounting entries on my balance sheet. So if I go to the balance sheet, I can see all this accounting entry. You can see the stock interim and valuation entry. So the stock valuation entries are generated from my manufacturing order and warehouse order. You can see this manufacturing orders are there. Manufacturing order number 2 for PP Black, it cost me $10, 10 rupees. The manufacturing order of glass, manufacturing order of the car. So this is my main manufacturing order. See the general entries, and you can see my stock valuation is 25, master batch 25. So depending on the manufacturing order, system will start producing the accounting entry in backend. Whenever you do your work order operations, you deliver and consume the goods, it will reduce your inventory valuation. When you produce your finished product, it will increase your manufacture, whatever the manufacturing cost will be increased in your inventory valuation account. The only thing is you need to configure product categories accordingly, and then depends on this, you can see product categories. So we will have finished product, raw material, sellable, semi-finished product, different categories. And depends on this, you can set up different type of costing method and inventory valuation here. Yeah, disassembling is already there. If you go to the manufacturing order, if I open any of my manufacturing order, they have a disassemble feature over there. So if I go to close, it's not done. So let me mark this as a done. As soon as you done this, you can have unbuild feature here. So if whenever I do unbuild, it will just do the reverse. So all your component will come back to stock and your finished product will go from your stock location to manufacturing location. So it will do the reverse transaction of all your inventory. So this disassembly is unbuild here in Odoo. So for the completed manufacturing order, you can always do unbuild. And when you unbuild, you can define what will be your source and destination location. So accordingly, all your movement will be going from your production location to your stock location here. So that's also possible. How many unit? If you have order of 10 unit and you want to disassemble 1 or 2, you can define it here as well. Yeah. So accounting always works on your stock movement. So here is your product move. So overall, whatever your product movement is there, accordingly, Odoo will write accounting. So for example, your component PP Black raw material is going from stock to production, means your inventory valuation for PP Black will decrease in your stock valuation account. And then from the production location, you are receiving finished product of car chassis in your stock. It means your stock valuation is increasing with the car chassis. Now, when we do the reverse, my car chassis will go from stock to production, and my PP Black is coming from production to stock. So my inventory value of car chassis cost will decrease, and whatever is my cost for PP Black will increase. So it will do all the reverse transaction. So stock accounting always done on the inventory movements. Whatever inventory will be moved to move from your physical inventory location, internal inventory location, it will do the accounting entry. So the accounting will be also balanced whenever you unbuild the whole transaction. But your manufacturing cost will not reverse because that will be your overhead. You already run your machines and work orders. So your machine running cost is already there. That cost will remain as it is, but your material cost will reverse. Repair is not there, but there is a separate module for repair. When you have a finished product on warranty, you can do the repair. But in between the repair, you can always do this on the work order. We always, all of them are done, but you can, there is a feature on the work order that you can just log your breakdown, and then your quality maintenance team will come and repair the WorkCentre. So that is there. So there is no direct relation between manufacturing and repair. There is a repair module separately on Odoo, and then on the repair, it will just give you whether it is on warranty or not warranty. If it is in warranty, whatever extra component we will add, we have a option to add the cost of the component, and then we can do it. So there is a repair module here. You have to activate this repair module, and then you can do the repair operation. But yes, there is no relation. The finished product is produced, then you can provide the repair services on this. So there will be repair orders, and you can have different repair operations. Whatever extra part we are adding, whatever extra the labor service cost we are adding, we can do this, and at the end we can generate a quotation and final order for the repair. So that is there. Yeah, so maintenance, we have a maintenance module installed, and then you can see internal maintenance 2 is scheduled. So you can have your maintenance request. On maintenance request, you can do this, and then with each and every work center, you link your equipments, and then each and every equipments of yours. For example, let me go to equipment master, and then on your equipment, you can have these details that your equipment, how you want to do the maintenance. You want to do the maintenance every 30 days, and then it will take 1 hour for the maintenance time. And then accordingly, it depends on your breakdown, you note during the work orders and everything. It will give you the mean time between failure, estimated next failure, latest failure, mean time to repair. All these things will be computed automatically. So you can configure this, that how many days you do the repair. If you do repair every week, you can define 7. If you do repair, sometimes it's a big plant and they do yearly or 2 yearly, you can define 365 days. So every year your plant will be closed for the 24 hours. So 1 day is a complete plant close and you do the maintenance. So you can define a date here, and depending on this, it will auto compute your next maintenance date and give you on the calendar. And from the maintenance calendar, you can always reschedule this. It is on hours, but if you have days, you can always do the multiple of 24. So if your maintenance is on for 24 days, you can have that way. So frequency is on days, but maintenance is in hours. Maybe you have 8 hours, 24 hours, whatever number of hours you need for the maintenance duration. But yeah, frequency is in days. Thank you, everyone. We are already running over time. It's 8 minutes already passed. If you have any questions, you are always welcome. You can drop your queries on our email address, contact@serpentcs.com, and either of us will be available on call, and then we can discuss further. Thanks for attending and thanks for your time. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.